whose law is truth. We beseech thee to guide and bless this our city council, that it may ordain for our governance only such things as please thee, to the glory of thy name and the welfare of our citizens, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good evening, Ms. Atkins. Will you please call the roll?
Mr. Anderson,
Here.
Mr. Bailey,
Present.
Mr. Bowen, absent, Mr. Jackson,
Here.
Ms. Johnson,
Here.
Mr. Jones,
Here.
Ms. Mount,
Here.
Ms. Rumbaugh,
Here.
Mr. Shockley,
Here.
Mr. Sweeney,
Here.
and Ms. Wheeler.
Here. We do have a quorum, and we do not have any members calling in.
Correct.
All right. Item number 3 is the synopsis of the last meeting.
Madam Chair, I move for the adoption.
Thank you, Councilman Shockley. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilwoman Mount. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The synopsis is approved. Item 4, we welcome the mayor for his report. Mr. Mayor.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members. During the month of April, the Public Works crews collected 1,559 tons of household garbage, 384 tons of loose trash. They also completed 676 special pickups, and to date, the collection of debris that resulted from the ice storm, they have collected over 600 tons of debris. We're nearly caught up in that area, but as each of you have experienced in your districts, it's amazing how much debris came down from the ice storm that are just green, and everything else that seemingly came out of additional clippings that have come out during the spring. Nonetheless, our crews have been working awfully hard, and your neighborhoods are becoming cleaner and cleaner. Speaking of cleaner and cleaner, the Public Works Department downtown cleanup crew started last week. The 2-person crew, which consists of a laborer and a truck driver, will work from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday, and will be responsible for picking up loose trash, cleaning streets, trimming weeds, removing graffiti from public property, and addressing sidewalk and curb issues. Their coverage will be from 1st Street to Hal Greer Boulevard between 3rd and 5th Avenues. They will also be responsible for cleaning the underpasses. If a downtown resident or a business owner would like to bring an issue to this crew's attention, they can call 304-696-5540. The extension is 2202. Speaking of underpasses, it's taken 72 years, but the underpass on 8th Street has been upgraded for rainfall removal. The 10th Street project should begin this week, if not even tomorrow, and it will take about a month for that to be completed. The reason I says 72 years, in 1949, the city commissioned an engineering study that came back with recommendations that the city needed to do something to prevent flooding of the streets and to stop the flooding under the underpasses. City Council took action in 2014. That would have been 65 years later. And as a result of that, the actions that some have felt were slow coming, well, they were 72 years later. As I said on WSAZ, promises made, and you all can finish the rest, promises kept. But it's on your watch. Huntington Police Department earlier today conducted a swearing-in ceremony for 9 new probationary police officers this morning. This brings the current staffing level to 98 sworn officers. HPD is budgeted, as you will recall, for 108 officer positions. This is the largest recruitment class since 1995. Last year was the largest recruiting class since 1995, and we beat that. Just know that your support of what we are doing in our recruitment efforts, the bonus that we're giving to certified police officers, we're not just talking about it. There's still so much more to do. But clearly, we're being more aggressive, and in these times, as they are with police departments under gun, I really believe that this police department has shown a level of commitment to serving the community. And they're embracing innovation as to how we are seeking to make sure that we are serving all individuals in an equal manner. Congratulations to the Huntington High women's basketball team for winning the state title on Saturday, May 1st. Go Highlanders. Good Lord, that's hard for me to say, being a Pony Express guy.
It's all merged.
We'll be honoring them at City Hall outside on May 24th. All council members, please be here for us to do this. The ladies' team is coming to be celebrated. They're special kids up there. The ladies indicated they want the boys' team also to be there. They're close. And the boys' team fell a little bit short, but they're all extremely special. I got to go up and meet with both of the teams, and watching the ladies, and we'll talk about this on May 24th. They just love to play the game. Love to play the game. I wonder where some of them learned the game. It's just watching them before going out. They were playing, doing their drills and everything. It was just fun to see. And then when we said we're going to have a parade for them and everything, all of a sudden they just squealed like you wouldn't believe. They were just a delight. I'd also like to congratulate the Marshall men's soccer team, Go Herd, for their 1-0 victory over Georgetown today to earn a berth in the College Cup, which is the Final Four for men's college soccer. Who would have dreamed it? There's a lot of people in this town that dreamed it. One man who I want to just pat on the back is Mike Hamrick. Now, he had the leadership of 2 wonderful presidents, of Steve Kopp and Jerry Gilbert, but Mike Hamrick came in and said, in order for our athletic program to be, at Marshall's athletic program to be successful, they needed to have the right facilities. the Hoops Family Soccer Stadium is known as one of the top soccer stadiums in the nation. And these young soccer athletes are coming from all over the world right here in Huntington, West Virginia. Whether you follow sports ball or not, it does lift up your spirits to see what you're able to do from here. What I like to say to young people, you can get there from here. And we're keeping our fingers crossed for the match that they have this weekend. That completes my report, ma'am.
Thank you, Mayor.
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Bailey?
I'd like to make a comment, please. I had the pleasure today to go to 8th Avenue and 27th Street. And from 8th Avenue and 27th all the way around, that whole block all the way around to the 28th Street has been paved. They're dancing in the streets up there. I wanted to thank the mayor and I wanted to thank Mr. Bates. I think they're getting ready to try to put a sign up thanking you for getting that paved up there. They said it's the first time and they don't know when it's ever been paved, but it's a great thing you've done, and I want to thank you for it.
Well, once again, we don't do it if we don't have the appropriation. And thank you all for your support. I'm using this as a reminder, something that I stated in the State of the City message. We're not there yet, but we're, no pun intended, on the road there. We need to have a system of maintaining and paving our roads. It's on a system that we know that over at a 10 to 15 year period that every road in the city is assured of being paved. Now we're coming up with some plans as to how to do that. Mr. Insco's bringing me a report of recommendation, and then we all will work on this quite closely. But imagine being able to say 10 to 15 years. 15 years would be for those streets that don't have a lot of traffic, but where we have a maintenance program to be able to keep them up. There has not been a year since I've been mayor that we haven't had reports like this, Coach, that you just said, that individuals saying, this road has never been paved. It's been 40, 50 years since it was since a road was last paved. I pledge to you, we're going to bring a program, and we're going to show how to pay for it and how to be able to structure it. It will be innovative, but it's something that we can walk away whenever we walk away from here, and nobody's going to have a flip as to who actually did it. But when you're on the road and you're driving by and just knowing, all right, this is being fixed because we had the foresight as to how to do it. So more fun things to come.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right. Item 5 is a resolution 2021 R31. Ms. Adkins.
A resolution of council confirming the appointment of Chris Allen McGuffin to the Tri-State Transit Authority Board.
We move to adopt the resolution.
Thank you,
Second.
Councilman. Thank you, Councilman Jackson moves and Councilman Bailey seconds. Councilman Jackson, would you like to speak for the Personnel Committee?
Yes, the Personnel Committee did meet and forwarded to full council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you. Ms. Adkins, was there any public comment on this item?
No, ma'am.
All right, any discussion?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to say I looked this gentleman's his resume over, and I don't know whether I've ever seen anybody with more qualifications than this gentleman.
Nice thing to be able to say. Thank
He is one fine gentleman, let me tell you that, and as president of the TTA board, I'm so honored to have him on the board with us,
Agreed.
with
Thank
you and I.
Yes, I agree with you, Councilman Bailey. Councilman Jackson, did you have something else?
Well, yes, I was just gonna add to what they said, just speaking with him, you could tell there's just a whole bunch of knowledge there, and he definitely was qualified in it. Through all of our meetings that we've had and interviews, it's been a joy to interview most of these folks. So, I think the appointments are very good right now.
Excellent. Thank you, Councilman Jackson. All right, then, if there's no further discussion, we'll vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolution's approved. Item 6 is a resolution, 2021 R32. Ms. Atkins.
A resolution of council authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract to furnish the city's active employees with group life insurance, including accidental death and dismemberment.
Councilman Jones, do you move to adopt?
Yes,
I'll second.
Councilman Shockley seconds. Thank you both. Welcome, Ms. Lewis.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of City Council. Sherry Lewis, HR Director. The city received one bid from Assured Partners of Huntington, West Virginia. Assured Partners submitted proposals from 2 life insurance carriers, Metropolitan Life and Mutual of Omaha. In order for the city to maintain its current level of coverage, it is recommended that we accept the proposal from MetLife in the annual amount of $32,456.16. This would be a 1-year contract that would commence July 1st of this year and extend through June 30th of 2022, with an option to renew for 4 additional 1-year terms. There are monies appropriated in fiscal year budget 2022 for this expense.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Does anyone have any questions? All right, no questions. All right, Councilman Shockley, would you like to give the Finance Committee report?
Yes, ma'am. Administration and Finance did meet and forwarded this to full council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Adkins, was there any public comment on this item?
No, ma'am.
All right, any further discussion? Then we will vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolution's approved. Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Item 7 is a resolution, 2021 R34. Ms. Adkins.
A resolution of council of the city of Huntington, Cabell, and Wayne County authorizing the commitment of project funds for the Cabell Huntington Wayne Home Investment Trust Fund.
Move for adoption.
Thank you, Councilman Bailey.
I'll second.
Thank you, Councilman Shockley. Ms. Burns, Bostic, and Midkiff are all here to speak on this item. Thank you for being back.
Chairwoman Wheeler and members of council, we bring before you today a resolution authorizing $189,994 for Habitat for Humanity of the Tri-State for a home buyer new construction program. We had allocated funding under the home program for this activity, but not particularly for this nonprofit. And so we're back to you tonight asking for your approval for this allocation. And this would be to construct 3 new homes, one of which would be in Cabell County and 2 of which would be inside the city limits of Huntington. We're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions? On my left, any questions? Right. Thank you all. Councilman Shockley, would you like to give your Finance Committee report?
Yes, ma'am. The Administration and Finance did meet and forwarded to full council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Adkins, was there any public comment?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Then we will vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The resolution is approved. Item 8 is a resolution, 2021 R35. Ms. Adkins.
A resolution of council approving the fiscal year 2021 annual action plan for the city of Huntington, West Virginia, including the 2021 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, Home Investment Partnership, HOME, the Emergency Solutions Grant, ESG, programs with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Madam Chair, move to adopt.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson.
Second.
Thank you, Councilwoman Mount. Right, welcome back.
Thank you, members of council. This particular resolution will be to adopt our fiscal year 2021-2022 annual action plan for those three entitlement funds, which was read into the title of the resolution. The amount of the community development block grant funding is $1,726,909. The home investment partnership program, we receive an allocation of $672,628, and the emergency grant program in the amount of $153,406. We've held a number of public hearings. We've also advertised in our local paper. We've we've notified all the nonprofits and past recipients of dollars to allow them to know about these funds that are being granted to us. And what we're recommending under the block grant program would be activities, many of which are reoccurring projects that the city has undertaken. For example, the funding for the A.D. Lewis Community Center, funding for the Fairfield East Community Center, funding for ADA sidewalk accessibility that complements the city's street paving program, funding for a new fire truck to assist our Huntington Fire Department, funding for to continue the demolition program. So we have a list of 13 activities, and to qualify for the block grant program, you do have to be an eligible activity and also meet a national objective, and all 13 of these activities meet those qualifications. And then under the home program, we are allocating money for to continue the the home buyer, first-time home buyer program, as well as new construction and also rehab. And it's important to point out that the home program not only serves the citizens of the city of Huntington, but also those who live in Cabell County as well as Wayne County. So this is a multi-jurisdictional program. And then the emergency dollars, of course, is for outreach and housing to assist the homeless population. And we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. I'll look to my left for questions. Councilman Jackson.
So the emergency program assisting with the homeless, now what does that entail? Like what do you mean when you say that?
Yes, so certainly outreach, trying to get people into housing, so the goal is always housing. And so perhaps caseworker funding in order to do the outreach, in order to connect people to appropriate services. Oftentimes those who are in that category have multiple problems related to mental illness. There's just a whole variety. And so those caseworkers are really critical in order to serve, that particular population.
Any questions on my right? All right. Thank you very much. This was in front of the Economic Development Committee, so I'll look to Councilman Bailey to give the committee report.
Madam Chairman, my committee, we met, we discussed and voted unanimously to send it on for recommendation to the full council.
Thank you, Councilman Bailey. Any further discussion? All right, then we will vote. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? The resolution's approved. Item 9 is good and welfare. Ms. Adkins, were any items submitted by the public?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Fellow council members, I'll begin to my left. Anything for good and welfare? Councilman Jackson.
I just wanted to kind of address this towards the mayor. He beat me to the punch because I was going to mention the girls winning the state championship. I have my daughter plays on that team. She's a 9th grader and did pretty good. And then my son plays on the boys, and they're super competitive and cutthroat, if I can say that. So the Morgantown jumped on our boys by like 22 points. We had a travel ball tournament at the Y, so I wasn't able to go to the boys game. So she calls me on the way home, and I'm asking, how's my son doing? I said, is the car ride kind of quiet? She said, oh, no, I ain't worried about it. We won our game. I was just like, man. that's just not the kind of stuff you say. I mean, because they had just lost, so that's still fresh wounds. But, you know, so we did want to congratulate them, appreciate them bringing that championship home for us, and we wish it could have worked out different for the boys. So that was a good win for the city for sure. And she did say she'll be looking for the parade. She wanted me to mention that for sure.
Wonderful, very wonderful. Anything else on my left? All right, then I'm moving to my right. Anyone on my right?
Madam Chair,
Councilman Anderson.
I'd like to thank the administration and Public Works. They've been after potholes in my district. We got some really good paving done, much needed. Lots of positive comments, you know. So Jimbo has really done an excellent job here lately. I've been very demanding, but we're getting it. We are getting it.
Excellent. Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Anything else on my right? Councilman
Yes,
Jones.
I have something, and I'd like to expand on what Mr. Anderson said. Everywhere I've gone in the city the last couple of weeks, I've seen road construction taking place. Everywhere I've gone. And I've never seen so much before, and I'm really proud of it. But what I actually wanted to say was, this weekend starts the long-time citywide Little League Baseball tournament. Actually, it's area-wide. It's now known as the Les Giz Tournament. It will be starting, and the majority of the games, I believe, will be held at the Arch Fields down in Memorial Park down there. Huntington Little League will be the sponsor of quite a few of them. So if you want to see something really fun and see kids out enjoying themselves, come and see a Little League baseball game at the city tournament. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Jones. Anything else? All right, then I thank each of you present for a very productive meeting, and thanks to all those who made time to join us from home. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.